Good morning. Hello, Eco Gypsy. Right, let me just show you the state of this yard. This is where I live, and it's a real pain in my arse at the minute, so let me show you. I've got some tin laid over there for a job I can't get on with. My TK's back. Trailer over there that needs cleaning. Trailer over there that needs selling. Crap everywhere in stillages and stuff everywhere. And yeah, hedges need cutting, etc, etc. I'm going to show you one of the reasons this has happened. There it is there. Now, people who don't know about these forklifts, I don't think the wheel's supposed to be at that angle, so I suspect something snapped off in there because the wheels don't turn. And it's like a lot of things. I've had this forklift for a long while. It's been absolutely bulletproof. Computer engine, pole finder, forklift. It's been brilliant. Now I've got a forklift, it seems like I'm relying on everything for the forklift. So now it don't work. It's gone just horrendous here. So we've got to fix it. But there's no visible way of getting to this. There's a shaft in here. There's no visible way of getting in there. Someone said it's under the seat. It isn't. There's no visible nuts or bolts or anything on the bottom, so we're gonna have to cut a hole in here to see what's going on, or cut a hole in the top to see what's going on. I suspect we'll probably end up cutting both. The other problem I've got is, as you can see, this is what happens when you live by the seaside. So all this rust is basically due to us living where we live. It just eats things around here, so the poor old thing is well due a service, and today has got to be the day. I've took a little bit of advice, and there should be a bearing in here and like a cog, so one of them's broken, but we've just got, I've been putting it off, but the yard's a mess, so we've got to get on with it. So for anyone who wants to live off grid, I'm just going to give you this little warning. You need to be a mechanic, a carpenter, electrician, a gardener, a grounds worker, a plumber, everything, just to do half this stuff. I've had to teach myself a lot over the last few years, but it does seem like there's a constant stream of things that need fixing around here. So this is one of a million jobs I've got to get on with. In order to get everything else done, I need the forklift. But it does seem like when we fix this, there's something else, something else, something else. There's all the stuff that people, when you see the nice glossy videos on YouTube of people sitting there and relaxing in the sun, I wonder who's behind the scenes fixing everything, because I ain't quite got them people here. It seems to be me fixing everything. But we're going to try and do this today anyway, and see if I'm a forklift technician as well as everything else. So let me just show you that. Typically it's got a really thick, heavy bit of steel behind this plate. Everything else is like paper thin, and right where I need to be is something major there. So I'm going to cut this seat off and see if I can just access through the top here, because I think this is a thinner bit of metal and I can kind of see in there through the battery box. Nothing simple. Are we getting anywhere? I'm not sure. However, that does sound a bit more likely than solid steel, so all I need to do is actually have a look in here. So I'm just going to cut this open at the top. Hopefully there's no hydraulic pipes or anything drastic underneath there. I can't see anything, so we're sort of working blind a little bit. Right, let's see what's in the top, shall we? get you in here. So this is what we're looking at. This is the drive gear, and this is, well, it looks a bit of a mess at the minute. I'm getting there and clean this out. Why the hell there's no access for this, God only knows, but we're in anyway. So it's either something to do with this mess and shit in here. Oh, that don't look good, does it? So assume that's supposed to be a bearing in the top there. Right, let's have a clean up and a bit of investigation. I'll bring you back in a second. Okay, just bring you in to here. Now you can probably see we've got a tooth missing here off that side. I can't see any others off, but that one's definitely off, and I think that's got something to do with it, because that's a bearing or something on the top there which no longer exists. There's a few bits of metal here which I assume come off these, so I am going to strike it up and see what happens when I turn the wheel, but I suspect that is what the issue is. This here, some of these are rounded off. There's obviously snapped in over time, and then we've lost a few teeth, but we might be able to make them up with a bit of weld. So there is a little thing there to disconnect it, but one of the reasons I'm doing this is because there doesn't seem to be a forklift mechanic in Norfolk. No one wants to work on these old things. I can see why, because they're a pain in the arse. I'm just hoping I can get these bits, so I'll keep you updated on this one. So we've learned we need to replace this cog here because it's missing some teeth, and this bar at the back here, which is the driving bar. I've just got to get this circlip off here, and we're hoping this is going to slide off or slide on or something or other. I'm sure by the time I finish this I'll be an expert, but it's been a bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you. So we've got it jacked up in case that has to drop, but I don't think it does. I think that there, this cog will unscrew once we get that bar off. Yeah, information on these seems very hard to find. I thought in Norfolk, with as many agriculture places as there are around here, that would be easy to find out, but no one seems to know anything. So yeah, alright, let's get on with it. So lots of banging and grinding and making a mess. I'm sure there must be an easier way of getting them off, but they're off. They're all the teeth that are missing, so I need them two bits, and then what I can work out is there's a load of bearings in there, so I need to drop that axle out, take the wheel off, drop the axle out, check them bearings are sound. I don't think they are, and then just get a whole new set, put it all back together. Easy. So update, we've got the cogs out. That was a 4-hour job of hitting and grinding and messing around. I'm now trying to take the wheel off, which is seized, so that's going to take another hour probably. I am sick to death of it, and I've rung up a mechanic who does this sort of thing. There's very few of them around here. They're £89 call out and £80 an hour, so it looks like I'm going to be persevering, because that £80, the hourly rate is even for diagnostics, so they'll come and look and suss it out, and then you got to buy the parts. So that's kind of forced me to carry on with this. There's many things I can turn a hand to. I'm a bit of a jack of all trades, master of none, but mechanics I cannot stick, so we've got to battle through this, because I ain't got the money to go buy a new forklift. The forklift itself runs lovely, the engine's great, it's got a computer engine, runs a tree, does everything it should do. you know, it's a bit tired, but it does the thing. So I've got to sort this out. Even if I wanted to sell it, I'd have to sort it out. So we're going to try and get the wheel off now. So here we are. We've managed to take the wheel off, which was a absolute nightmare. That ring had welded itself on, so that was really difficult. We've just got them off with the help of my friend's impact driver. I've got a pipe gone there, so I'm now getting that off, which is a chore in itself, trying to get in there. This is quite interesting though. So basically there's no bearings in this, it's just shimmed, and these shims don't look too bad. It was really tight when it came out. There's a bit of rust and crap in there, so I've got to clean all this up, clean up this big reservoir here. That shim just goes in there like that. Now I've just got to order the new parts and get it back together. So I've learnt a bit, since I think it'd be a lot easier to do it again if I had to do it again. Now I know how it all comes apart. So yeah, I've just got to get this pipe off now, order some new parts and put it back together. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do this as a job, but I have managed, so save myself some money at least. Okay, I'll show you these bad boys. Just ordered these parts. You can see comparison to that, which is the new bits, and them old ones, how worn they are. So the company is a company called Bennett's. They seem to have the monopoly on forklift bits. This little box, there's some shims in there and all the bits I need, and that's 400 and odd quid. I didn't think that was too bad. They're really good to deal with. Shipped everything out next day delivery, so all we've got to do is put the bloody thing back together. And I've got a pipe off as well, pipe snapped, so I need to sort that out. I'm gonna use the drill with a brush on just to clean up the two surfaces, grease it up, put it back in. I need this badly because, as you can see, crap is accumulating everywhere, and everything I need a forklift for. So crack on. No, I just took the old brush down there. That don't look too bad. It's still got the original on these ones. It's got like a little pocket thing in it. Well, it must be a little grease trap, and they've still got them on the original one. So by the looks of them, they're a pain in the ass to get out. So I think I'm probably going to leave them and just give this a bit more of a clean up, and post a bit of a clean up and see if I can get it lifted back in. All cleaned up in there. There's actually some drain holes in the corner which were totally blocked up, so it's all been sprayed out of diesel. I'm now just going to grease this centre bit here, grease the post and put this back through and get this sort of roughly mounted in today, and then we can tighten up and do all the final bits afterwards. So there's my new hydraulic spanner to get in there. I just made that myself with the angle grinder. Try and get this out here.